300, what's the deal? This your folks, Shaka, the urban philosopher. Wanted to share my thoughts with you all real quick. So I've been getting emails about Will Smith and Jada. I got emails about that on my last channel. I just didn't get around to it. And so I wanted to speak on it today. Y'all, as I told y'all before, it is rare that things that are causing problems, like in celebrities' lives and things like that, it's rare that we actually know the real problems. Okay? Oftentimes what we see is just really a show. It's a reality TV show. Okay? And I think that this is the same thing. As I tell y'all, just speaking on the 3D real quick, these celebrities and things like that, they are part of communities, okay, that are in place to mislead our communities, okay? And oftentimes the changes and the agendas of whatever they want to do, okay, it happens at the reaction level of whatever these celebrities do. All right, so I think that just on the 3D level, they are just going through their little rituals and things like that. But if we get down to the 2D level, surface level here, what can we learn? Art imitates life or whatever. And so I want to speak on this today. Now, again, y'all, in my opinion, this is a situation where I look around, you got a lot of people speaking on it that are just too young, and that's okay. If you're not old enough to have been really a part of that time frame back then in the 90s or whatever, or they just didn't do any research. Okay, and if you live through that time and you look at, you dig the research, okay, you know that it's not right. It's either that or you got simp speaking on it. And if y'all don't know what the definition of a simp is, I explained it in Origins of a Simp. A simp can be active and non-active, okay? And so that's who's speaking on it. And I don't think a lot of people, you got some out there, but not a lot of people are getting down to the get down, y'all. And that's one thing about this channel. This is a root of the cause type of channel. We trying to get to the root of the cause and eradicate it from there. All right, because that's the only thing that's gonna bring forth solutions. All this yada yada, turning this stuff into a science project, a lot of this stuff, when it's not, it's good, you know what I'm saying, it's juicy, it can keep us glued to the clubhouse or whatever for 3 hours, but it doesn't provide solutions. Okay, now they got Gwyneth Paltrow showing up as of late, and she's just slumming, y'all. If y'all don't know what slumming means, check out that Tariq Nasheed video. It's a couple of years old, props to him. It was a good video, but he explains this. But yeah, she's slumming around again. They're trying to use her to do a couple of things. She's showing up for a couple of things. One of them is to promote herself, okay? They've been doing that. She's been doing that for a very long time. She was with Jay-Z and Beyonce a lot, claiming she was friends with them and yada yada. It's a slumming effort, They're also doing it because they want to blur the lines between so-called black women and white women. Okay, but that's another story. Hopefully there's some women out there speaking on that. Okay, so those are the number one reasons they have her up front. Okay, and also to normalize the infiltration of these people coming into our circles, kind of sitting around claiming to be cool, but really they just getting information to take back. When you look at Gwyneth Paltrow, she's not a part of our circles like that at all. All right, culturally or nothing. But yeah, y'all, just back to Will Smith and Jada. This started in the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like the Knitting Bohemian said on the first Origins of a Simp video, shout out to her, Jada, like the character Natalie, was most definitely a round the way girl. Okay, most definitely. Okay, Will knew that based on her associations with people like Tupac and other industry heads back then that she was heavily active with. She was in those circles. Okay. So when you make that comparison and things like that, now this has been said in the male social media circus, but she was a problem from the start. Okay, that was brought forth. She was a problem from the start. People do not mention the argument that they had before they got married. I think it was a little before they got married. Will talks about how he had to bop her on the head in an effort to demand his respect from her. You know what I'm saying? And she kind of went on record to say that she kind of got in place and things like that. This was back when people were just propping them up for this type of marriage. Okay. But once married, y'all, Will really made mistakes. Okay. He gave Jada basically green lights in a situation that caused problems in the long run. It gave the impression that they were somewhat equal. Okay. And not that they are certainly different. And if y'all don't, if you need a better understanding of that, I explained that a little more deeply in that Tasha K video. Okay. Y'all, there was a scene in the latest show BMF, which we're going to talk about here on another show. But to be light and not spoil too much, the dude T tells Meech that the reason he did not give one of their partners a free brick, okay, is because he will think that they are equal, and they are not. Okay. And in my opinion, it's a different game, but it's the same thing. Same situation here. See, y'all, Will took the approach, in my opinion, to show and be a situation where marriage and being single are fluid. Okay. And in my opinion, he felt that he could accomplish that by allowing Jada pretty much to do what he was doing. Okay. All right. She finds her happiness the same way he finds his. And on and on and on. And he got props for it, y'all. He got props for it for a long time. A big part of their branding had a lot to do with this. Okay, people love hearing Jada talk about how, her advice to Will was to do what makes you happy, and it kind of went so well with what Will was talking about as well. It was really, this storybook type of marriage that was going on, that people was believing, but it wasn't right the whole time. It was a shaky foundation and it was bound to break. I think that Will Smith, like many simps, he just refused to accept the fact that it did not work. Okay. And his judgment in women at that time was flawed. I mean, y'all, Will was 22 years old when he got married, and I'm gonna say this, no offense to some of you young brothers out there, but 9 times out of 10, that is a bad mistake to get married to a woman so young, because you're not a man yet. You haven't really got into manhood, completely. You ain't made that full circle, or I would say that 380. You know what I'm saying? And when you're not in manhood, I don't care what you got, what you're working with, women are not going to respect you. They typically look at you like a boy toy. Okay, that's where that term comes from. You being young and a woman not really, she can't have respect for you if she wanted to, because there's not a lot of manhood there, and so she don't respect you. But this is where, when he got married, all right, and it's probably why he was more likely to take the approach that he did. You know what I'm saying? But that was the foundation. And I believe that things went under the radar as far as the problems and the inner workings that were going on, because I'm sure that there were problems along the road with this situation and how they had it, or how Will presented it and allowed Jada to choose into it. I think that is because of the branding and stuff like that. Because like I said before, the source of where this started, y'all, was also what made them such a respectable couple. Okay, but this eventually backfired. And what you see today is a whole bunch of people saying, Will Smith need to leave Jada. He need to realize he's a fresh prince. He's a good man, and he's a featured thing. Well, to be honest with y'all, at this point, Will is not that premier man that he used to be. Okay, in comparison to him and Jada, yeah, he's still the alpha in that situation. All right. But at the end of the day, y'all, I believe that men are not using this situation. They're not using this case study as a way to explain to men that we need to deal with women more responsibly. That's what it is. Okay? And now you got Will Smith running around here trying to be the spokesperson for being the guy that's just like, I'm trying to take the higher road, be the bigger person and things like that. And you see that Jada is just sitting around here turning up. Like I said, y'all, some of it is most of it, all of it is an act. You know what I'm saying? But we can learn something from a lot of this nonsense. All right, because this situation here is a situation where art imitates life, and that's just real. Okay, we got to make better decisions. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, y'all. Comment below, like or dislike this information, but hit that sub button and that bell, because I'm gonna drop something that you gonna like. All right, this your folks, Shock of the Urban Philosopher. I'm out. It's 300.